pretty hard to stay inside on days like this, but we got the scarf, we got the gloves, you know, we're trying. But I had to come out for a walk. I thought I'd bring the camera. I want to give another quick breakdown, another sort of tip, I suppose. And this one, I want to focus on what I guess you could call is how to unstick the process right now. A lot of people are hitting a stall, they're hitting a pause. Maybe they were halfway through interviews before a lot of this stuff happened. Maybe they were at final rounds, and now it just feels like everything's stopped. The process is completely stuck. They've not heard a response or a reply in days, weeks, whatever it is. So let's work on a way to try and unstick that process. So I think one of the most important things to come into this with and trying to unstick this process 100% is empathy. Empathizing with everyone's situations, how everyone is impacted differently right now, locally, across the world. You have to understand that this has just had impacts everywhere. So first off, approach it with empathy. But in saying that, I don't believe there's any excuses right now to be ghosted, to be disregarded by companies the same way as normal. You would expect a reply, a follow-up, some kind of communication. So I still think same rules apply. Come into it with empathy, but we've got to understand that you know, there's been some crazy world events. It's still highly acceptable. I think it's still massively okay right now. Reach out to the person that you're in communication with. You might have been partway through a hiring process. You might have even done your final round. You were just waiting to hear what was next. What is the next step? It's still okay to follow up with whether it was the internal recruiter, an external agency recruiter, directly with a hiring manager or someone that you were interviewing with. I think it's more than okay to send a message. We'd love to continue the conversation. Is there any opportunity to pick things back up? Is there any opportunity to do any sort of work together? But definitely conveying a level of positivity about your excitement about their company, but also being realistic that things may have changed. Now, obviously, while you're being super empathetic and doing your best to send a positive message to the person that you were interviewing with, who you may not have heard of from a couple of weeks, also take note, if that company has been in the news and they've had a round of 80% layoffs or something drastic like that, you can somewhat assume that maybe things aren't going to move forward for you, or maybe that is unfortunately just the end of the line. So please be smart about how you follow up as well with certain companies. If not, then do your best to keep things moving and try to unstick that process a little. So I would say, do reach out, do follow up, do get in touch with someone that you were interviewing with. Try to unstick that process. Offer flexibility about maybe a different type of arrangement moving forward. If it was a full-time role, think about potentially offering them freelance or contract if that's within your capacity. So follow up, convey that positivity, be empathetic about the situation, be smart about whether you think that company is still hiring. I don't think you need to accept being ghosted. I think that all of us expect a reply or some sort of follow-up or some sort of finality in certain things, and this is no different right now. Yes, things are strained. Yes, things are going on pause or stalling, but you deserve to know you invested your energy and your time into speaking and going through those motions with that company. I think it's well within anyone's power and right to give a response back. So follow up, be positive, put it out there, try to unstick the process, see what can come of it. Wait, I totally forgot one last tip that I meant to say, and it was just around paying it forward and playing it forward. Things might be stuck, things might not be moving forward right now, and they can't give you a definitive yes or no, but plant that seed and keep yourself in the running, because the second things change and we start to see the uptick, you're going to be front of mind and they're going to contact you first. So if you can't unstick it right now, play it forward, stay front of mind. You'll be the first one to get the call when things change. Okay, now we're done.